And I'm sure there's ones now of holding him. There's a big sister holding him. Yeah. It was so lovely having a little baby brother like that. Look at him when this one with the three of us, and the attitude of Rick is about he's just staying still for you to take the photo, and then he's about to go off and do something else. You can feel it in him, and that's just how he was. I'm trying to not say the things that I know Sue wants to talk about, but so I'll move on.
Janet and Sue and Rick. And Sue is the little actress.
Ah.
Oh, she's a good actress now.
Yeah.
But as a child, she didn't know she was acting, but she was playing part all the time. There she is too.
Rick and his two sisters, Janet, as she was then, and Susan.
He was just constantly on the move and interested in everything. And Sue and I were saying, wouldn't it be lovely to get Rick's memories of his older siblings from his point of view? He was 6 years, 8 years and 10 years older we were. So it must have been a very interesting experience for him. And we remember him things like when we were in St. John's Rectory, the phone was always ringing and ringing, and children 2 years old or so are very imitative. So he'd get to the phone. If you weren't quick, he'd get to the phone first, and Archdeacon not in, take a message, he'd say. Which was exactly the right thing that my mother would always be saying anyway. So, right, we had a holiday at Admiralty House as a thank you for the Governor General, I think, for Dad helping him with his book, Defeat into Victory. And I remember our bedrooms were opened out onto a balcony, and we had to watch him like anything that he wouldn't. He was about 18 months, couldn't get over the balcony because he'd climb over everything. And I remember sitting on that balcony in the evening, and I don't know whether it was the whole family, but there were a group of us, and we were sitting there and listening to Rick as he went to sleep. Well, before he went to sleep. And there he was, this little thing, and he was singing song after song, and then he'd be talking, and then he'd be singing, and we were sitting entranced and trying not to laugh. Oh no, just trying not to laugh. And there was a swimming pool right down part of the harbour, enclosed at Admiralty House, and we'd go down there swimming with members of the staff and Lady Slim one time. And little Rick, I regret to tell you that had tied up on the edge of the pool. I don't know what that did to him in future life. But anyway, one time he got free of his lead and fell in. And before everybody was frozen, and before anyone could jump, he had already sort of steadied himself and proceeded to dog paddle to the side of the pool when he was pulled out. And that's very vivid in my mind. Oh yes, when he was little as well, I remember teaching him the first verse and chorus of The Highwayman. You know, the moon with a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor. I can't quite remember myself now. And the cloud with the moon on a moon with a galleon. I really can't remember it myself, but the chorus goes, and the highwayman came riding, the highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. And this little thing of two or so, he could say the first verse and the chorus. Very, very, you really got the rhythm of it and the feel of it. And yes, and remember it when we got to Wagga, it was, which is jumping on, but I don't remember awfully much of Wicket Wagga. I don't know why. But I remember trying to get him to write a poem or say a poem, make up a poem. Or somehow, I don't remember, but he was making up a poem to me about, whether he was just coming from him, I think, because he was making up a poem about lying in bed in the morning and knowing he needs to get up. So he'd be going to school now, he'd be 6.5. And he had this, the line, memorable line of hearing his mother coming to get him up when he knew he should be up. And the line was, foot, foot, foot by foot. Which I thought was a very memorable poetic line. I know when we endlessly reminisced about Berriedale, which was rather unfair on Rick. So much so that in the end he started remembering things about Berriedale, that he could remember doing this and that. So that was a bit mean on us.